We're talking about two things today. First, you have to upgrade the BIOS on any motherboard that has a 13th or 14th generation Intel processor. The second thing is finding out the revision of the gigabyte motherboard you're working with. So I went to the gigabyte website to find out where the revision is, and it showed this lovely picture right here. So I had to find it myself. Turns out, in the upper left corner, you kind of see it right there. It says Rev 1.0. This is very important to know so that you can choose the right BIOS to download and install on your motherboard. All of the Intel chips that are 13th and 14th generation that are above 65 watts require a motherboard update because they are frying themselves from the inside out. Apparently, Intel is extending the warranty on these processors, but might as well do this update so you don't have to worry about it so much. You get to this BIOS page by pressing delete several times. We call spamming the delete key when you first start the computer. And there is a QFlash setup that you can use to update the BIOS. The BIOS file is something that you can find directly on Gigabyte or Asus or whoever the manufacturer's website is. It's just a file that you'll download that will replace the existing BIOS with the newer version. There is a risk involved, but I have never bricked a computer by doing this. The biggest issue is if you turn it off during a BIOS update, that can make the computer non-functional. Some motherboards have a jumper that will allow you to set the BIOS back to original just by moving that jumper. You'll have to have the manual to check that out though. Here I'm just checking the speed of the RAM so that I make sure that XMP is enabled so that the RAM will go as fast as it possibly can. Today I actually did 4 different computers, but luckily 2 of them, or there were 2 sets that had the same motherboard. This is what spamming the delete key looks like. The update process is not very complex, but you do have to know how to navigate your flash drive to find the file. The system will reboot several times, so just be patient with it. Again, make sure not to power off the computer while you're updating the BIOS. It can cause serious problems. Every manufacturer is going to have a little bit different process to update your BIOS, but they're similar enough that it's not too big of a deal. Once again, the warning is make sure you're patient, allow it to do its reboots on its own. These each took probably 10 minutes. Oh, look at the cute baby. So here's a dirty one with a little bit different motherboard, but they were the same chipset. If your computer doesn't come back in, say, 45 minutes to an hour, then you might have an issue. Probably going to have to power cycle it to see if you can manage to get it back. After 30 years of working with computers, again, I've never bricked or caused a machine not to boot because of the BIOS update. It is possible. Make sure you leave the thing on. Good luck.